Good frosty Thursday evening, everyone. January 20th, 2022, Garden State Weather Premium on YouTube and Garden State WX on Twitter. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Right now at the Weather Center, we have mostly clear skies and 29 degrees. It's also 29 degrees at the Rutgers University Meteorology Program in New Brunswick. The wind is out of the northwest at 9, kicking in out of the northwest also at 9 miles per hour. We have some strong wind gusts across the region. But before we do that, let's go back here to the temperatures. High point is at 16, Walpack at 22, Vernon at 19, warm spot Seaside Heights at 33. Everybody else is at or below freezing. Wind chills. Wind gusts this hour are about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And the maximums today when the front came through, basically about the same, 10 to 15, up to about 20, 22 miles per hour. The current wind chill right now makes it feel like the outside temperature makes it feel like it's in the teens across northwestern New Jersey. Sussex, for example, at Vernon at 14, 18 at High Point, 19 Sandyston, and 22 in Walpack. It also feels like it's 20 in North Haledon. It feels like 22 in Jersey City right now, 24 in Oceanport, and down the coast here, Harvey Cedars at 23. That's what it feels like. In West Cape May, 22. Also near Philadelphia here, somewhere in here is Philadelphia, Westchester. It feels like 22. And down in down here in Smyrna, in Delaware, it feels like 27. And Kitts-Hummock at 27 as well. Those are the wind chills. Let's go back to the air temperatures now. Get the mouse working over here. And the air temperatures right now are in the upper teens to low and mid-20s to around 30, 32 degrees across the region. Dew points met the air temperatures early this morning in the 30s to around 40, but right now the air is bone dry. We got dew points now in the single digits to the teens across the region. Let's do the infrared color imagery right now. I still have some cloud cover working its way through central and southern New Jersey, and not sure if the radar is going to show up here yet, but we still have some precipitation exiting off the Jersey coast very slowly with that front. And the national COVID map from FluStar today. Again, there's quite some areas here that still have large amounts of coverage on the high side with COVID, and all the areas here in the darker blues and the really dark blues or grays here have COVID. So, it's here. Cold and flu, it's still here too, although the flu is lightening up a little bit here in New Jersey. Yesterday it was showing up here, but it's still across the country. Strep is also still across the country in many areas, excepting the Northeast. Everything is just cold and flu, and basically still COVID. New storm coming into the west coast. Strong Arctic high pressure here over the upper plains and Midwest. These are some of the wind gusts here in the teens and 20s here, so it's still quite gusty, and that front isn't moving too fast. It's getting blocked up here by the ridge of high pressure off of the Bahamas here, so this is where you want to be tonight and tomorrow. And here's still a plume of moisture. We looked at the global sectors. Let's look at full disk here. And yeah, there's still this new storm coming in south of the Aleutian Islands into Canada. And look at this moisture fetch here from well off into the Pacific all the way up into the eastern United States coast. Crazy, right? And this is some of our blocking here showing up here just southeast of Greenland here. It's not a perfect setup, but again, this is all cold, dry air filtering in on the water vapor channel. Let's go back to continental here and do back to the United States and do some overlays. We'll do the composite radar, and here it shows up. Probably just stop this here. This is the vestiges of the Arctic front here, and more precipitation coming in over here. And let's see, what's the other thing I wanted to do really quickly here before we move on. Here's a national look of the temperatures this evening from Pivotal Weather. We got temperatures back into the 70s and 80s here in Florida. What a delight this winter has been in a La Nina winter here. To be in these areas here, just absolutely delightful the entire winter. They're laughing at us here, and all the snowbirds from here are now down in here. Crazy, right? Look at all these temperatures here in the single digits and below zero in southeastern Canada, the upper Midwest here, the Great Lakes, and this tells the story. Look at these dew points. Crazy, right? Wind chill, national wind chill. This is what it feels like. 15, 10, 15, 25 degrees below zero here. 10 degrees below zero in Maine, here in New York and Vermont here in New Hampshire. There's no heat index wind chill down in here in Florida. That's where you want to be. And again, the 24-hour temperature changes. Well, yesterday it looked like this in here. And today, all of that cold air that was here yesterday, 25, 30 degrees, 40 degrees. Again, where at this time yesterday, where the temperatures were, about that much warmer. National hazards will start out here in the Northeast, where we have a wind chill advisory in effect for these areas from 7 o'clock tonight through 10 a.m. on Friday. And this includes most of portions of southern Vermont, northwestern Connecticut, western Massachusetts, southern Adirondacks, the Teutonics, eastern Catskills, the Mohawk Valley, the upper Hudson Valley, and eastern New York. Again, the cold and wind chills cause fatalities and frostbite actually exposed to skin in less than 30 minutes. And the wind chills tonight as low as 15 to 30 degrees below zero. So that's definitely dangerous. Got small craft advisories on all the coastal waters here across southern New England, the New York Harbor, the New York waterways here down to the Jersey coast, the back bays here, the Chesapeake as well. And of course down into the Virginias here. Well, we have winter weather advisories until 7 p.m. this evening, so that's going to expire. Other than that, we have winter storm warnings until 7 a.m. Friday to 10 a.m. on Saturday. That's going to be for a next coastal storm here that's going to produce severe weather here in these areas, especially along the Carolina coast. So we'll do the winter weather advisories. We'll do the winter storm warnings first. And this is going to be for these areas from 4 to 7 inches of ice accumulation, light glaze, winter weather advisories for portions of southeast Virginia and northeastern North Carolina from 7 a.m. on Friday to 10 a.m. on Saturday. So it's going to be quite treacherous. They're not used to this kind of weather down in here, I can tell you that. Other than that, same winter weather advisories in effect until noon on Friday here in the Bayou area. And this is for southwest and coastal Mississippi, portions of southeast Louisiana, including the North Shore, Metro Baton Rouge, and river parishes as well, for a few hundredths of an inch of a light glaze in sleet and total ice accumulation. So this is dangerous down here. They do not have the facilities or the faculties here to be able to manage this. You're probably going to have to stay completely off the roadways. Same thing here in southern Texas here. And of course, wind chill advisories here of the upper Midwest. So these are small craft of gale watches here on the Great Lakes. And same story out in the west here. Lots of things going on. Lots of snow and lots of fog too. And coastal advisories here for gale warnings and small craft advisories on the west coast. A lot going on, right? It's winter. And in Connecticut today we had about 2 inches of snow here in Tolland County, 4 miles east of Roxville. 2 inches here in Fairfield and Danbury. 1.5 inches in Tolland, and about an inch or so here in Hartford and Tolland as well. And less than that, even an inch here or two in spots, and generally tapered down as you headed inland as well. Other reports in New Jersey. This is the public information statement from the National Weather Service office in Mount Holly. Trace of an inch in Newcastle County. Let's see, any higher amounts here? Yeah, Morris County, 1.4 inches. That was the highest. Green Pond, about the same. Randolph, 1.2. These are higher elevations. Train spotters and public here. Bud Lake, 1 inch. And as you head it further south, about an inch, less than an inch. Especially as you head into Pennsylvania, Northampton, and Montgomery County, Monroe, New York here. Also showing up Mount Pocono here in Monroe County. Train spotters. This is all from this morning, basically. Stratosphere from Null Earth off the GFS model guidance, the NCEP GFS here at 10 millibars in the stratosphere. This is one heck of a strong polar vortex right here, right over the poles. And this is somewhat of a weak block here. This is a weak, what do you call it, stratospheric warming event here. Not doing too well. We talked about this yesterday numerous times. Same kind of configuration here at about 70 millibars. And when you get to the jet stream level, well, it gets complicated. You have an east-based NAO, which is not terrifically strong, and a very strong Arctic jet stream here, a very strong polar jet stream here, and a very strong subtropical jet stream here. But everything is out of phase. It doesn't really look too good. No. And then you get down to the surface, and this is what it looks like. So this looks like, well, it's not a Rex block. Usually it's the opposite, but yeah, it's a blocky pattern, but it's cold, but it doesn't mean snow everywhere, that's for sure. Stage 4 NCEP 24-hour precipitation ending this morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Very little here in northern New Jersey, Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley area, all the way up to the Boston Cape. Most of this in here. That was ending this morning. Now it's shifted here, and tomorrow it will be here along the Carolinas and Virginia coastline. 72-hour precipitation totals again, mostly greater here in this area, in the same areas, and then expanding into the Washington, Oregon coast and the Cascades here. The other thing I wanted to look at was observe snowfall. We did seasonal snowfall yesterday. 24-hour snowfall ending this morning at 7 a.m. This is before all of the snow fell here in New Jersey, and that wasn't much, by the way, as we just said. And, well, haven't had too much snow. These areas here downwind the lakes into New York State over the last 72 hours. And, of course, yesterday we talked about the seasonal snowfall totals here, and they're the greatest here. And not so much here. Let's see if we can hone in on this locally. Once again, this ending 7 a.m. this morning, so some of these might have been brightened up just a little bit because the snow came in a little bit later, but it was basically a trace to an inch, so you can add very little to this here over the season since September 30th. European stratosphere. 10 millibars this morning. Look at this. This is now, okay? This is now, and this is forecast in 10 days, which takes us out to the end of January. Kisses, bye-bye. This isn't going anywhere, and we talked about that. 50 millibar anomaly, same kind of thing in 10 days. It's very consolidated over the top of the pole, and today it pretty much is the same, but really solidifying itself here. So there's going to be a La Nina year where the Pacific jet and the Arctic jet is going to lift north, and things are going to change. Doesn't mean you can't get snowfall here, but the chances are diminishing as we go forward, but we'll keep an eye on all of this. Take a look at the National NCEP here, the National Center of Environmental Predictions, Weather Prediction Center snowfall, 72-hour accumulation totals in inches, 95% percentile here, taking us out through Monday, January 24th. And you can see, if you live in southern New Jersey and coastal Cape May County here, you're going to have the greatest chances of snow and probably getting back into the southeast as well. Let's see if we can do this. Midwest, continental U.S., blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Yeah, so the greatest chances of snow and ice here in the Carolinas, and not so much for our area. This doesn't look too good. That's northern New England, northeast. What about, let's break this down here, southeast. Yeah, we did southeast. Southwest Texas. Nope, that's not it. But as you can see, Virginia, let's get into Virginia. Yeah, so here's the greatest amounts here in the 95 percentile of getting precipitation over an inch or so. And you can see this is going to be another one of those storm systems that is just not going to be part of our formula forecast here in New Jersey. All models, NAO formula here, yeah, that doesn't look good for blocking. Arctic ice oscillation doesn't really look good either at all. And it is complete odds with itself from the NCEP GFS at the end of January into the beginning of February here, and this here. And even if we looked at the European EPS mean here through this period, it's opposite of the GFS. And it's also probably the reason why the GFS is forecasting a snowstorm here for not this weekend, but next weekend, the end of January, and the European Model Guidance and everybody else is not. Yep. EPO is active, but again, lots of contrast here between the model guidance, between the high-resolution European model guidance and also the operational GFS model guidance. And to some degree, both the ensemble means of the EPS and the GEFS too. So this doesn't look too good. And the PNA, that doesn't look good either. This kind of flat. And this here is not a good signal. Very progressive pattern. So while studying the flow patterns here going forward over the next 10 days from different model guidances here, I can tell you, like I said yesterday, that nothing seems right for a major storm here in the northern mid-Atlantic, maybe the southern mid-Atlantic, but certainly not here. And the Arctic front comes through. This is the 12Z data from the European model guidance, and notice the trough axis here is positively tilted. We still have this hung back low in the desert southwest and more short waves in the polar flow coming through. And plenty of Arctic air, but look what happens as we get to Saturday. This is the reason why the southern mid-Atlantic is going to see ice and snow, but this is a neutral tilt here as we get into Saturday morning, and the winds are already coming in at the 500 millibar level out of the northwest across New Jersey. So this is an out to sea outlier on the European model guidance, followed up by another system here and a cutoff low here in the desert southwest. That whisks out, and then here comes more polar and Arctic air into the northeast from this here getting to the northern mid-Atlantic. So it's going to be quite cold here in the northeast. No question about it. The warm spots here, Florida. Yes, Florida. Yes, Florida. And that's going to take us into Monday and Tuesday, and then that whisks out, and here comes another short wave into the flow, circumnavigating this upper level low here over Hudson's Bay, Canada, and that swings through. And you're probably wondering, well, is there going to be some kind of conjoinment here between this PVA here and this here? as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, and the European model guidance says, no way. It looks quite sheared to me. And then again, comes another Arctic cold front through the area on Wednesday with more PVA. So there could be precipitation here, but this doesn't look too good. If you want a coastal storm, everything is whisked out on the upper level jet, which is very strong. Now, this looks interesting to me as we head into Thursday and Friday, because we have a deep trough here forming in a neutral tilt here with positive vorticity advection and strong upper level dynamics here across the Great Lakes into Indiana. And again, the European model guidance wants to take it into a positive to neutral tilt, and then viola out to sea it goes, and a strong ridge building here. Strong ridge here on the west coast and a trough over the Intermountain region. This doesn't look too good either. So, you know, the European model guidance really is not playing hat tricks here. It's seeing the observations. GFS is seeing this cold front come through again on Friday night, Saturday morning, and another polar structure here moving through, another vortex moving through, cutoff low in the desert southwest. So it sees a little bit more PVA, but still not really forecasting anything severe. Then we get into Tuesday and Wednesday. And again, this looks kind of sheared out to me again, because this disturbance here is not meeting up with this one, and this one is kicking this one out to sea. So that's not working out. And then, of course, here comes all the Arctic air on Saturday, the end of the month, and the GFS wants to take it neutrally tilted and whisk it out to sea. Oh my, right? And this goes out to 384 now off the 18Z model guidance from the GFS. So there's plenty of cold polar air and Arctic air here, and then transitory warming going through, and the GFS after that just sees like everything just like collapsing here. This doesn't look good to me. No. For snowstorms in the mid-Atlantic region or Northeast as well. Canadian icon model all the way out to 120 hours here on Tuesday sees the same kind of thing. You can forget about Saturday here. That doesn't look good on this guidance either as well. Positively tilted and neutrally tilted, and then still possibly tilted off the coast it goes. Nope, doesn't look right. This don't look right. Latest NAM model guidance here shows the Arctic front moving through and off the coast, and here comes the rain and ice over Raleigh, Durham, Greenville, Cape Hatteras, Newport Richey, on Friday. That's why those advisories are in effect, and Norfolk too. And then we get into Friday afternoon, Friday night, and this doesn't look good. Looks like snow for Norfolk and Greenville, Raleigh, Durham, Cape Hatteras, some mixing in with some rain and sleet down to Newport, but nothing here in the northern mid-Atlantic. Here comes the next short wave in, kicking that storm out. As we get into Sunday and Monday, it's just cold. There's no change in the forecast with the cold air, but there's a big change because don't see anything happening here. And National Weather Service digital database precipitation over the next 72 hours, taking us out to Monday, Sunday night, Monday morning, January, what is that? Monday, January 2022. January 24th here. Southern New Jersey coastal areas here, very little. Great Lakes, again, very little too. Dry dew points as well. So we'll keep you advised of any changes here on Garden State Weather Premium on YouTube, where you can subscribe to our channel. and also at Garden State WX on Twitter. I'm meteorologist Robert Smith. Stay warm, stay safe on this Thursday evening and right into the last week or so of January coming.